I mean, if you don't do these things, you will still live on. The quality of your life will suffer from it, yes. But I mean, you're not going to have any consequences. So it's not something that you have to do. However, when you reach that stage, you will want to do them. I mean, once you have started to grow as a human being, you want more and more, and you seek for the things that are really important in your life. You know, in our life, there are so many things that we have to take into account, that we have to take into consideration, that it's very difficult to understand and pinpoint those that deserve our utmost attention, utmost focus, and like physical and material energy. And that can be quite frustrating to try to find what it is that will make the difference. And now this happens for a very simple reason, and it's that we don't really understand what is the difference between importance and value. Okay, so the important things are those that have an immediate effect on our daily life. In other words, the important things are the things that we must pay attention to, that we must follow through on them. Okay, but they don't really have an impact on the direction that we take in our life. So we have to consider them. We must consider them, otherwise we're going to have consequences. Okay, but they don't really impact our life. Whereas value, the things that have value, are those that not necessarily, if we neglect them, will have an impact, a negative consequence on us. But it just does not. Things that don't have value, they just don't change our lives. As long as we do things just because they're important, but we don't understand they have little value, our lives won't change. They won't improve. We won't grow, and our life therefore will not grow. If you're enjoying what you're listening to, don't forget to click on the like button. And if you don't want to miss more videos like this that can contribute to your personal and professional growth, subscribe now to the channel. Now, as I said, in this I want to underline is that the things that are important only concern our material, physical life. Things that we must do, that we must follow, that we cannot disregard, otherwise we're going to have consequences. Things that have values that you do not follow through, you will not have really consequences, but you're just still. So in order for you to help you understand how to place the various activities that you have in your life, where to put them, you know, in this interaction between importance and value, there is a quadrant that I want to talk to you about. And it's, you know, if you've done any time management stuff, you know, you may recall the Eisenhower matrix, where all activities, I mean, physical activities in this case, were divided between importance, just like in this case, but instead of value, it was urgency. So, of course, if we're talking about urgency, we're talking about time, obviously. So it's very dedicated to that. Whereas in this case, you have importance and value, not urgency, which means that this involves every activity of our life, not just our work and not just about time management, but it's about life management. So let's see these 4 quadrants. The first one is the quadrant where a certain activity is neither important nor has any value. So what we're talking about here is, we can call it junk, basically. In other words, they have no use, no purpose, no nothing. You know, it's like, okay, I want to entertain myself. I want to watch a film. You know, I keep scrolling on my phone. I just write things just to distract myself and stuff like that, which bring nothing to your life. They're not important. If you don't do them, you won't have any consequences, but you won't have any value either. Nonetheless, they have, to a certain extent, their importance, okay? Because they are the ones that distract us, that they free our mind from our daily routine, and they can be to some degree relaxing. Because if you just focus on things that are important or have values, you're going to lose your mind. You have to get to a point where you need distraction. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. They bring nothing to your life. They bring neither consequences nor rewards, but to some extent, you have to have some activities that belong to this quadrant. And then the other quadrant is things that have no value but are important. Now, these are activities that are actually duties. They are things that we must do. We must not overlook them, otherwise we're going to have consequences. Now, that's the thing that most people focus on. For example, your health, going to vote, to work, to become more skillful, to keep your house clean, for example, or to behave well. Now, these are all your duties. They are important. Otherwise, the quality of your life is going to plummet. I mean, yes, even health. You say, well, health, I mean, it's not that important. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, for example, health is of utmost importance, but in and of itself, it does not bring any value to your life. I mean, out there are poor people all over the place, and they have great health, but that doesn't help them. That doesn't improve their lives. I mean, health is perhaps the most important of all assets, but they don't really change their lives, and therefore they have very limited value. They will have a lot of value if you use your health to improve and do even more. And when you add value to your life, then yes, but in and of itself, it does not. Like money, it's the same thing. Then the third quadrant is that area where you have growth. These are the things that you do in order to grow as an individual. Okay, like for example, learning, or where you cultivate relationships, where you take on challenges, where you move out and break out of your comfort zone. That is the quadrant of growth. And that is where you have value, but however, very little importance to most people. People don't care. Why? Because they're not necessary. For them, the second quadrant is more important. I must do this otherwise. Yes, but whereas in here, your life changes, you improve your life, you're in motion, you're going somewhere. In the duty quadrant, you're not going anywhere. You just keep repeating the same things, even though they're important. And the fourth quadrant is that which we can call it self-attainment, like Abraham Maslow. And here, it's quite similar in this case, where things that the activity that you do is both important and has value. Like, for example, becoming aware, like having a purpose for your life, or finding out your uniqueness and put it into action, pursuing your real desires. These are all things that are of utmost importance and value. Now, importance in this case is not the same importance as it is for the duties. I mean, if you don't do these things, you will still live on. The quality of your life will suffer from it, yes. But, I mean, you're not going to have any consequences. So it's not something that you have to do. However, when you reach that stage, you will want to do them. I mean, once you have started to grow as a human being, you want more and more, and you seek for the things that are really important in your life. That is the difference in importance between having a low value importance or high value importance. Okay, that's a major difference. Now, once you know this, you can schedule, starting from 2025, we're there already, just in a few days, few hours, just to understand what you can cut out from your life, what would give value, first of all, to your life, and see what is important, and try to give them priorities. Then now you can go back to the Eisenhower matrix, the time management matrix. When you have this straight, if you don't have this straight, the Eisenhower matrix won't work much for you. So I wish you a great 2025 with much more awareness and happiness.